Good Monday night, everybody. Okay, so we are going to work on the last layer of the geodes, and tomorrow then I can do a quick little video of hopefully getting them out of the caulking really easy. At least it always has been up till now. Anyway, so we're going to do that today, and then we are going to work on another ocean pour, but on a large, I'd say almost 3 feet, if not 3 feet, live edge board. Anyway, okay, so let's get started. I started with my pen lines. Yeah, there goes my dogs. Every friggin' time. I started with my pen lines just to make this go quicker. Also realized that the 24 karat gold liquid gold pen isn't working very well on the top, so I used my gold pot pen, and I switched the blue that I was going to use. It was kind of a greeny blue, and it doesn't go to this grayish blue, and that's what we're going to do now. So let's get started. Let's move you down. I did them all except for this one, so you can just watch how I do this. I do a double line with the blue, and what I am doing is following the line that's already there, made by our Caribbean blue. And I just follow it along, following all the little nooks and crannies. And then when I get to where I started, I start my second line, and I start them pretty close together. Not as close as they are on a real geode because this pen's not that thin, but close enough to give the same idea. And with this being on top of the second layer, it's also giving it the illusion that, you know, it's just floating on top. I hear you guys. Obviously your daddy doesn't, but I do. That's Bastion. Okay. So there we go. It's easy. You can do it. Not a problem. I did the gold around the outside. I did the same with these. All of these have the gold around the outside, and that way when I do take them out of the molds, I can take the gold leaf and go around the edge so it looks like it's ringed in gold. And then I took my bluish gray and I did what I just told you. I just went around, and now it all looks like it's floating. So now what I'm going to do is cover the whole thing, all of it. This is our last layer, so I'm covering everything with just clear resin. So I guess you can kind of call it a flood coat. You know damn well they're just barking at my neighbor's little dog, just to let them know they're there. Okay, so now I'm spreading it around to make sure that makes it all into all the nooks and crannies, that it's covering my gems, because I want this to be a flat surface since they're going to be sort of like coasters. You want it to be flat. You don't want to be putting a cup or a glass down and having the gems interfering with the gloss, because then you can't use them. So I make sure the gems are covered. Nothing sticking out. This one may be sticking out, but we will see. Or maybe not. Actually, oh, you can't even see that one. Sorry guys, but I'll show you after. And this is the last one. Just to let you know, if I was upstairs and my dogs were outside barking like that, they wouldn't be out for more than 2 seconds before I let them in, because I don't want to drive my neighbors nuts. But my husband is probably out in the garage having a cigarette. We have a heated garage. And pretending he can't hear them. You know? It's something men all of a sudden come up with, this instant ability not to hear a thing. And no, I'm not picking on all men. I'm just kidding. Okay, so now I'm going to take the heat gun and I'm going to get rid of the bubbles. That came up. And they actually look pretty good. Not great, like I told you. I am no expert when it comes to geodes. I don't have the patience. So hopefully with these ones just being little geodes, I need a little bit more right in there. With these ones being just little geodes, hopefully they will turn out. Okay, so there we go. Okay, so now let's move over here. And I'm going to try and find, there we go, actually, that's a good spot for you. This is the board. This is my board. And when it's done, an antique brass ring will go in here for hanging. So what we're using tonight, which is already done up for you, is I'm using the Artisue's Language Titanium White, which I've already made into a paste. And like I said, no, I don't make them all paste, but I like doing it, so some of them I do. We are using the Parisian Blue by Language that I already made into a paste. And we are using Artisue's Cadet Blue. And I mixed the Caribbean Sea with the Jade. And this is the color that came out. And I'm sorry guys, but you kind of get the gist. It's very pretty. Okay, so now I've sealed this already. Put a seal on it, and I want to use this as the beach, and I want to only bring the ocean to about here. So I'm going to start kind of backwards this time. So I'm going to take my darkest blue, which is the Parisian, that I also added to it a tiny, tiny bit of the Caribbean so that you could get that sparkly look. So I'm going to start with it, and I'm going to start down here. And I want to use it all. Okay, so now I'll kind of spread this out a little bit with the stick. Okay, my next darkest color is the Cadet. And it's the same, well, I do it the same way that I showed you with the other board. I layer, I put my layers down, my lines down. Spread it out a bit with the stick. Going wider here because that's to give you the illusion that the ocean continues in all those directions. Oh look, my husband finally came and took the dogs in. He's not that deaf after all. And I am only kidding. I love him to pieces, you know that. He's my Timmy man. He gets me my Timmies. Okay, so now I'm gonna finish up with the Caribbean and the Jade combo. And I'm using all of it as well. And spreading it up. Okay, so now I get to play and make a mess. And I'm going to blend. So I'm just going to blend forward, bringing it up as close to what will be the beach. Blending them together. Also, another piece of advice that Lorraine gave me is, I know a lot of you use baby wipes, but I don't have any in the house right now. I will have in June because my 6th grandchild is due in June, and I'm very excited about it. He's a little boy. I have 3 daughters. And my first daughter, my oldest daughter, gave birth to her first child, was a little girl, Emma Bean. Her real name's Emma Rain. Then she had Tristan. My second daughter had 2 boys, Kai and River. And my third daughter, my youngest daughter, has Finn, who's going to be 2 in July. And she's going to have his little brother in June. And I'm very proud to say I've been at all the births of my grandbabies. The most amazing experience. Anyway, back to what I was saying. I don't have baby wipes. So yes, I could use alcohol, and I do. But Lorraine told me about Lysol wipes. And you know what, guys? They work amazingly. Just amazingly. So now I'm going to go back and spread a little bit more. Because we're starting to get ready for the white. So what I will do is pour some clear. I always save a little bit of the clear, and I'm going to pour it right along what's going to be sort of the beach area, or the idea of the beach. I'm adding no sand at all to this, and I'm not sure about the shell ideas yet. We'll see, because this is all going to get a clear coat tomorrow. Because I want to bring the clear coat all the way down. Okay, so spread out the clear. Now we add the white for the foam. We'll throw in a little down here, and we'll see how this goes. Okay, guys? Because, you know, since all this is happening right in front of your eyes, there are no guarantees that I do not screw up. So here we go. Remember, I heat everything first to, one, get rid of bubbles, and two, to just thin out my resin a little bit so it's easy to manipulate. Bubbles gone. And now I'm going to blow in and over the white. And I keep my heat gun low so it moves, but not low enough to burn. Now I'm going to push some of that back out. Pushing the white, causing cells. Now I'm going to move up, and I'm going to do the same to the middle blue. And we can see it just got rid of all the white. But that's okay, we're moving it up, and I can put another line of blue. Or, I mean white, sorry. I gotta tell you guys, concentrating on work and talking at the same time, and yes, I'm usually pretty good at multitasking, but this is not always easy, because when you're not here with me, I work in silence. So I've got to try to remind myself to talk to you so you're not getting bored to tears. And at the same time, I've got to try to concentrate on what I'm doing. Okay, so now I'm going to move up, right up to the beach. Well, there we go. Wow. I'm going to push some of this, put some more white on there, because I want to push some of it back in. Back to that blue. So that blue has a bit of a breakup. Push the Caribbean back. Okay, so now what I'm going to try and do, I think, this is just something I'm going to try. I'm going to add some more white in here, and instead of the heat gun, I'm going to hit it with the torch. And there we go. That's spreading it out. When you're working on wood, guys, even though I did seal it, you are going to get air bubbles that come up through. So it is something that you'll probably have to watch for a little while. When I'm done here, I'll just keep coming back down to my studio and checking to make sure there are no air bubbles popping up that I can't control. Okay. Okay. So guys, we have done coasters, geode coasters, the last layer of the geode coasters, and tomorrow we will unmold them. And we have done a 3-foot, I'm going to try and straighten you out without popping my camera out. We have done a 3-foot ocean pour. I'm hoping this is getting it all. There we go. There we go, guys. So I may add a little stones. I don't know if I will shells, because this is more not a beachy. It's more like it's, I don't know, coming up against a cliff or something. So maybe some stones. I don't know. I'll think about it, and you'll see the final results. So anyway, short and sweet. You guys are the very, very best. I hope you know that. I appreciate you, every single solitary one of you. This has been quite the fun journey, starting my company, getting to be in a gallery, which is next week. I get to take all my stuff to the gallery. I'm very excited about that. I'm excited about you guys and all the work you're doing, and I love it when you send me your pictures, and if you guys want to send me little videos, and just thanks for everything, guys. Keep following me on this journey. Have a great Monday evening, guys. Night.